So you know this guy. You see his face and within seconds you can shout his name. But wait. Do you even understand what happened just now? We all take it granted, but think about it. This face was coded and is stored in a part of your brain and you can conjure it at will. No pun intended.
But how is it possible?
The simple answer is synapse. What is complicated than that?
Fear no more, my servants.
I am here to reduce this magic of evolution into simple lifeless diagrams and tell you how. But first, let's meet Scott.
Wait, so what am I doing that's freaking you out?
Calling me dad is freaking me out.
Me calling you dad is freaking you out? Why?
Because I don't think I'm your dad.
Who are you?
I don't know. Yes, I think we are too because I have feelings for you.
Yeah?
There are feelings. I know this girl, this lady. She is important to me in my life.
Okay.
So you mean something to me.
In my mind and in my heart, you're my dad. And you will always be my dad. And if that's okay with you, how about I'll just call you Scott then? And you call me Bailey.
Okay.
Deal?
How do you feel with that? Does that hurt
That
your
doesn't hurt my
feelings?
feelings at all. I love you, Scott.
I love you too. We're family.
We are.
In my heart, we are.
And that's what we are in my heart too. Family.
Time for science! This is Scott's brain. This pink part is logic, this one is memory, and this one is for emotions. How small! These three are intimately related with each other. There's input and there's output. When expanded, these form networks of neurons that put information together and analyze them. Let's say there are three faces stored in the memory areas of the brain of Scott. Will, Scott himself, and his daughter. Each of the information will also have an emotional component. Think of it as our window to the world. So in a way, emotions help to strengthen the parts of analysis, tagging which are important information and which are not. More the emotional attachment, clearer will be the path. So when you see a face, these paths are activated in a way that recalls the memory. Now, this is way simplified, but I want to draw your attention to this fact that each time you are remembering stuff, you are not actually recalling but reconstructing the information, putting multiple input information together into an output. That is your memory. But in case of Scott trying to remember his own daughter, the degeneration of these paths results in failure of reconstruction. In this stage, he feels the emotion. There are parts of the paths, but putting them together is difficult because the connecting rope has broken. But Huma, what is memory? Well, in short, we don't know, but we have some ideas. To understand this, let's think about this picture for a minute. Each of these dots represent information. Some are smaller and others are larger. What if I tell you these dots have information about face of Will Smith? Let me show you. So this piece carries information, but by itself it doesn't make any sense. But when put together with other information, gives memory. The one name of the game is reconstruction. The formation of this connection of information can only exist on top of other layers of memory and understanding. I'll explain it. So let's say this blue dot carries information of face of Will Smith, which only can be formed on top of this layer of connections that understand that people have faces, and faces have eyes, nose, and mouth. So unless you understand it in your neural network, which you did when you were 1 year old, you wouldn't be able to remember faces. And this happens at every level. Now, you can only remember the face of Will Smith because your neural networks understand the concept of face. You can only understand the face because your neural networks have understood the concept of head, where the face lies, and body parts. And you can understand these concepts because you are able to see them through sensation, in this case, vision. This whole concept of memory originates from the concept of associations. Cells that fire together wire together. When you saw Will Smith for the first time and you got his information through sensory inputs of vision, repeated firing of those sensory neurons translated into patterns of cell firing together. And these cells, in a way, wire together, representing the face of Will Smith. So when you are 1 year old, your sensory information are being wired together to understand the concept of head, face, and recognize your mom and dad. The neural networks don't know, of course, it's your dad or mom at that age because they don't understand the concept of mom and dad. But what they understand is concept of patterns of face and can associate them with good emotions. Together with information, emotion, and putting them together, you are able to recall or reconstruct the face of your mom and dad. And you recognize them and it makes you smile when they are around. Thanks a lot for watching. If you liked what you just saw, please hit subscribe. It supports us and lets us keep doing our work.